So I got a question for you guys. What's the difference between this video and this video? Does anyone give me some guesses here? You know what, I'm too tired for guessing games, I'll just tell you. One of these channels is being penalized by YouTube, and the other isn't. And the reasons why might shock you. But before I can explain that, I have to address these channels, which I am dubbing the transparent clothes hack. And as that name would suggest, their shtick is they wear transparent clothing. And this isn't censored, by the way, so if anyone wants to be like, bro, it's censored right there, no, I did that. And while you'll find all kinds of things in these videos, what you won't find is age restriction. In fact, none of those 5 videos I showed you are age restricted. And you might say, Sean, how do they get away with this? From what I can tell, it seems that it's literally just this disclaimer at the beginning. And all these channels have suspiciously similarly looking and worded disclaimers before their videos. Apparently the video is a, quote, review of clothing focusing on form and function and is not intended for personal gratification. I don't really know what that means. I guess it's supposed to just be a coincidence that the form and function of this clothing is to be completely transparent. I'm not trying to insinuate a conspiracy, but if I was, it would be that someone approached a bunch of random OnlyFans models and took content off of their OnlyFans pages that they thought wouldn't get taken down under the guidelines of YouTube and posted there to make a bunch of money. Much like not getting age restricted, something that these channels always have is an OnlyFans linked in their bio or in the description of the videos. This is literally one of the cited examples of what's not allowed on YouTube, but all of these channels are up still, so let's not be silly here, these people know exactly what they're doing. In this video titled 4K exclusive dry versus wet transparent Tryonhaul 2024 with Alexi, they use a weird AI voice to talk over the clips claiming it's an experiment or something.
What changes will we notice? What new visual and tactile sensations will they give us? Let's together unravel the mystery that this experiment hides.
Like they're trying to pass it off as educational or something. It also doesn't make it any less suspicious that these videos are named very similarly and all the channels look almost exactly the same. The one that made me laugh the most, though, was Karina's Fashion Tips, because she literally has a link of karinasfashiontips.com, and you click on that thing, and the first thing's OnlyFans. Like, I didn't realize it was that kind of tip. Also, a lot of these channels have second channels where they get in the shower with white t-shirts and pour water all over themselves for science or some made-up excuse.
Let's together unravel the mystery that this experiment hides.
For real though, these quote websites are sad excuses to shovel you onto their OnlyFans. It's completely obvious. And this isn't just a small phenomenon, this is like 118,000 videos. Granted, I can't say that every single person under this hashtag is doing this, but look at those view counts. They're crazy. Crazy amount of views in a crazy short time. 141,000 subscribers in 2 weeks. These people know it's a meta. If anyone tries to tell me that it's like, I'm gonna shake you like a British nanny. These people know what they're doing. And just go look at the comments and try to tell me this is for educational purposes. It's a bunch of lonely-ass, horny dudes. And, like, kids, probably. Which, you know, like, just being realistic here. It's either that or people claiming these are AI, which I could see. A lot of the videos do feature an AI voice, but I'm not really gonna go into the whole Kate Middleton's ring disappearing AI fiasco things, but, you know, AI's getting pretty good, who knows, but at the same time, I could just see this being a scheme. So now that I've shown you that the YouTube guidelines are basically meaningless, we gotta talk about something else that YouTube's doing, which might be even more egregious. If you're a YouTuber, you're probably familiar with the reuse content guidelines, but if you're not, basically it's supposed to cover things like compilation channels or news channels or really any channel that doesn't post original content. At least that's its stated purpose. But you don't have to do much research to uncover the massive amount of abuse that YouTube is leveraging against small creators using this statute. And this is mostly in regard to applying for channel monetization. Let's use this random one by QuickGG as an example. This man mostly live streams, so I don't really know how it could be reused content. It's 100% him, So YouTube is definitely shafting him. Go send him some love. He does have another channel that's 200,000 subscribers, but, you know, he shouldn't be having to deal with this. Nobody should have to deal with this. I would even go as far as say this is criminal negligence on YouTube's part. For the obvious reason, that being YouTube is labeling other people's original creations that they should rightfully make money off of as reused content. YouTube is literally stealing their money. To the point where I would say that some of these channels should look into legal action against YouTube. It also doesn't help YouTube's reputation that whenever I see one of these tweets, the response is exactly the same. Some lazy-ass employee who works at the team YouTube Twitter does a copy and paste of a text document that they have of their legalese pre-prepared responses that they levy to anyone who ever asks them asking about this. And then poof, they vanish, never to get back to you, just completely ghosting you. The most egregious response I've seen from YouTube is this one here from Dork Dragon, who's an animator. If you take a second to look at their channel like YouTube obviously didn't, you can tell that they're an animator, and that none of this is reused content. At all, 100%, none of it is reused content. But what did YouTube say about it? After dismissively stating what the idea of reused content is like they're a 5-year-old, they then responded saying that they are in fact an animator who made everything there, and their response was, and I quote, "We understand this is not the outcome that you expected, but for now, we recommend reviewing the feedback that we've shared on your Earn tab. After making edits and changes to your channel, you can reapply for monetization in 30 days. And I think their response was perfect. I'm extremely confused as well. The only times when I see YouTube actually answer back is when it becomes too big to ignore. Which you just gotta love that classic YouTube elitism. And I wouldn't even really put it fully on YouTube's shoulders if they didn't constantly toe that line of human checkers, which is total garbage. The sheer amount of reports for videos and channels outnumber the amount of staff that you could possibly hire. So there has to be YouTubers out there that their entire livelihood has been stolen by an AI. And then even worse, there's some YouTubers that the lazy YouTube employees just go, yeah, the AI was right. I'm not actually gonna look into it at all, but you know, the AI said it, and he's like a genius or something. So like if the AI said it, it's basically true. And you might say, Sean, do you have any evidence of this? Actually, yeah, I do. And the good thing about this dichotomy is I can set it directly against the first part of this video. I was put into contact with someone who made fetish content. As per their request, I'll keep their name censored. And I also don't want YouTube taking their wrath out on small YouTube channels. I don't want to give YouTube a scapegoat. Like, it's very easy to shut down a channel with 5,000 subscribers, but a channel that has 150,000 subscribers that posts themselves wearing transparent clothing every day, that rakes in a little more simoleons. So we can't get rid of those. In fact, let's verify their channels, even though they're deliberately violating the YouTube guidelines. And then you have a smaller channel that gets denied monetization for the quote reuse content excuse, and then they reapply multiple times, and one of those times it just works randomly, because no humans are actually reviewing these videos. Or a random YouTube employee just using their own opinion as justification. And I really don't know which is scarier of the two options. At least in the technocracy, the AI doesn't have a personal biased vendetta against you. And that's really the message of this video. Equal application of the rules on YouTube to everybody. Either all of this is okay, or none of it is. And another thing I won't really go fully into is Skis Sounds ASMR. There's literal Skis Sounds ASMR, which is a deliberate violation of the YouTube guidelines, and they have millions of views and they've been up for multiple years. In the current state we live in, the YouTube guidelines are not actual rules. They're cudgels to beat people that they don't like. Sniper Wolf literally docked somebody's house, and their AdSense was only taken away for a few weeks. And we don't even really know if that's true, because coincidentally, around the exact same time, YouTube removed the ability for you to check in the page source code whether things monetized or not. So YouTube is definitely trying to hide something. And to confirm this, all you really have to look at is the original adpocalypse and why it happened. Because I feel like it's a weird gaslighting campaign that YouTube does where they try to convince you that the YouTubers were the reason for the adpocalypse. That's not true. It actually came from a business practice that YouTube was implementing, which was putting ads on non-monetized content. Like that ISIS channel was not a part of the YouTube partner program, but they were still running ads on the video. And I can't really confidently say that that business practice isn't still being implemented on YouTube. Like, I don't know if you ever noticed that weird thing that sometimes happens where you click on a channel that obviously doesn't have enough subscribers to be in the YouTube partner program, but it still runs an ad. 1, where's the money going? And 2, why do I need to do a detailed checklist of what violates and doesn't violate the YouTube guidelines whenever I post a video? But they're running ads on millions of random unmonetized channels. I guess YouTube's opinion is, oh, money for me, but not for thee. We'll make money off of violating our own guidelines, but you can't. That would be just ridiculous. And 3, a lot of these videos that you put ads on are reused content, so aren't you stealing? And who knows, maybe they're not. But they wouldn't tell us even if they weren't, because YouTube's community outreach strategy is basically the same as the cartels. See no evil, hear no evil. Just stay silent until the tumbleweeds blow away. But screw that, no. I hope this video shines a light on YouTube's business practices, because they can't hide from this forever. The truth will come out. It always does. Hey guys, this is just gonna be a little message at the end of the video. Please like and subscribe and even share this video because I know that YouTube is gonna do everything in its power to limit your ability to see this video. Whether that's age restriction or limiting where the video can be played, I expect they're gonna pull all the stops out. Even though this video 100% falls under the educational/investigative journalism aspect of what YouTube allows, I'm not gonna put my faith in it. I would much rather put my faith into you, the viewer. So if you want this information to get out there, please share the video. We can't just let these giant corporations squash conversation of their abhorrent business practices. But regardless of that, thank you for watching this video, and have a great day.
You can't keep getting away with it! He can't keep getting away with it! He won't. You really want to burn him down? Let's do it together.